Hi everybody, thank you for joining me, and first of all I'd like to say thank you very much for all your comments following on from last week's video. I particularly liked the Oscar Wilde quote sent in by Jim, which was just be yourself because everyone else is taken. But thank you everyone, your comments certainly gave me a lot to think about. I have to remember that a lot of people like my channel as it is, so I don't think you'll be seeing too much change, but nevertheless there was a lot within your comments to think about, so thank you very much for taking part in that. For today's shave I'm going to be using the RazoRock BBS, and I've got it all on the windowsill here. I'm going to be using a Winner razor blade from Gillette. I'm going to pop that straight in and put the handle on, and we are ready to go with the razor, and I will tell you more about the razor as we go along. I'm also going to be using my little Frank shaving brush, the G4, and I've got some soap lathered up on that, and I'm going to be using the Don Jose by Abata Ilamantia, and I've discovered, looking at the label, if you can see, this is a Tcheon Fung soap. It says Prodotto da Tcheon Fung, Torino, Italy. I didn't realise this soap was made by TFS. It is the coconut and banana soap that I like very much. And I've used a flat 1/4 teaspoon measure for the soap today. Now in my bowl that looked a pitiful amount of soap, but I'm just going to experiment with that a little bit. I have got quite a lot of lather to play with, so it has lathered up very nicely indeed. This soap has a lot of stearic acid in it. It is the first ingredient in the list, and I find with this soap that I need to dampen my brush and then shake as much water out of it as I can before I start building a lather. I have found that if I bloom the soap or add some water on top of the soap before I start building a lather, I immediately get a very light aerated foam that is no good to anybody, and then I have to build a lather and keep working that in. But if I go in with a dry brush or a just damp brush and work the soap first with that, then I can add the water when I like without getting that aerated foam. So there we go, I've got a nice lather, it's quite thick. I'm really looking forward to this shave with the RazoRock BBS. I'd like to thank Darren for lending this one to me. It reminds me somewhat of my Mercure 45. There we go. In that it is a very curved guard plate on the razor, and apparently that adds torque to the razor and keeps the blade nice and firm and stiff. So there we are, you can see the razor. I haven't found any details with regard to blade gap online, but I think you can see there's not much blade exposure by the looks of it, and not too big a blade gap. Certainly I've used it a couple of times, and it is a very smooth, nice shave, and I'm finding that especially the case with this Gillette Winner razor blade. I like these very much. This is manufactured from 316L marine grade stainless steel, and the handle I've got on this one is called the Super Knurl handle, and I think you can see the knurling on that is really deep, and there's practically no chance at all that this would slip from my grip. But I tell you what, I do like the feel of this razor. It's a nice weight, although I haven't been able to find the weight online, but it is a 90mm handle, which, as you can see, fits in my hand very well. I find, just like my Merkur with this curved head, it's just a really, really nice shave. It's a very smooth, comfortable shave. It is on the mild side. And RazoRock say they've designed this to sit at a 35-degree angle. It's just exactly there. I'm enjoying it very much, I must admit. I'm enjoying these milder shaves that I've had recently. You know, I just love the scent on this. That's the face. When you go like that, it's great, isn't it? So this is, I feel, a scent that is a little under medium in strength, but it's the scent of coconut and bananas. I absolutely love it. With that touch of menthol, it's really, really nice. It's definitely one of my favourite soaps because of the scent. Definitely a very nice spring and summer soap for me. And made by Tcheon Fung, I didn't realise that. You know, they used to be, a few years ago, a lot more popular, I think, than they are currently. I think in the last maybe 3 years, there are a lot more manufacturers than there used to be. Particularly in America. And I feel a little bit that Tcheon Fung has been a little bit forgotten, but they do make very, very good soap. If you're in Europe, certainly it is worth exploring. A TFS soap. They make a variety with different ingredients. So one of the other TFS soaps I've got is a cheaper soap, less expensive, but more basic ingredients, but still a very good soap indeed. So, and they do some lovely scents, so very well worthwhile exploring. If you haven't come across them already, they are not an expensive soap to buy. I have been toying with doing the cost of the soap per ounce. I'm still thinking about that. Of course, Doug pointed out that, you know, if you're buying a soap from America, Doug's down in Australia, I'll link to his site down below. The cost of postage throws the cost per ounce of soap right out the window, you know, and it's a bit like that in the UK. Unless you're buying a soap from the same country, the postage cost, and if there's any customs cost, just throws that right out the window. I do like it when Chris does his cost per ounce and rates it as good value or not. But maybe we'll leave that to Chris, and as Chris himself points out over on the, you can find Chris on the iAMCDB website, so I'll link to Chris as well. But as he points out, even that is not foolproof, because although I might talk about the cost per ounce, a better quality soap will yield more per ounce. So there are so many variables. It's really made me think. So yeah, just thank you again for your comments. They were really interesting. I've read through them a couple of times. I'm still just answering the last of your comments. Some of you really put a lot of thought into your comments, so really thank you very much, all of you, for taking the time to do that. Now the last pass has come round already. hear perhaps that this is just working very well. I feel this would be a good razor for buffing, which I don't usually do, I must admit. Perhaps here we'll try. Now, I can't remember if I said, but this comes out on the Italian Barber website at $69.99. I have seen it advertised for sale in the UK for £85, but I guess the price depends on where you would purchase the razor from. So we'll stick with $69.99 on the Italian Barber website. Now I find that going against the grain, it's mild enough I can go against the grain on my cheeks. Interestingly, it's a lot more comfortable this side than this side. So something going on there with the growth of my hair, or it was just something I noticed. And there we are. Do you know, I think we'll find in a moment that that was a very nice shade. There is a really nice amount of slickness on this soap, just to let you know. Again, that is something that is very variable, depending on how much soap you use, how much water you use, the type of water you have, the type of soap you're using. So we'll just say that this is very nicely slick, very good indeed. I really like this soap. It's but primarily for me it is the scent rather than the quality that really rings my bell. I think it's great. Now I'm just going to reach for, oh yeah, that's a smooth shave. Going to reach for my Nivea today. He says try not to knock everything out of the cupboard. So Nivea Sensitive, my usual, or one of my usuals. Do you know, I've had this jar for absolutely ages and I'm trying to use it up because I thought I would try the Parasso aftershave balm, but you know, I found another one of those in my cupboard under, you know, in the other room. So I'll probably have Nivea in my den cupboard forever. But that is a really good shave. I'm not BBS, so perhaps for me the name is a little bit of a misnomer, but that just is a spectacularly good shave with no irritation, no soreness, entirely comfortable. I really like that razor, a RazoRock BBS. A very nice shave for me. So that is it from me for today. You look after yourselves, keep yourselves well, and thank you for being part of my shave again today. Take care now. Bye-bye.